Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk to you about a special topic. It's about something we all have but don't always see right away. This topic is about hidden talent. Sometimes people don't even know they have something good inside them. But with the right push and practice, they can find it. This is like a seed growing into a strong tree. I want to share a story with you about my friend Abigail. When Abigail was young, she loved listening to the radio. She enjoyed hearing the voices, the stories, and the music, but she never thought she could be the one speaking or performing on the radio. She just listened. One day, her teacher told her to read a poem aloud in class. Abigail was shy. She wasn't sure if she could do it. When she read, her voice started soft. But then, something amazing happened. As she kept reading, her voice became clear and strong. Everyone in the class stopped what they were doing. They were listening to Abigail with full attention. When she finished, her teacher smiled and said, "You have a very special voice, Abigail." She didn't know it before, but she had a hidden talent. That was the first time someone told her she could do something good with her voice. Later, Abigail started practicing. She read out loud every day. She listened to tapes, watched videos, and learned how people use their voices. Over time, her talent grew and improved. She started speaking on the school's morning announcements. Then, she joined a local radio station after finishing school. Now, she is a great radio host. But if she didn't try reading that poem, she might never have found her hidden talent. You see, hidden talent is like a small treasure inside everyone. Some people find it early, and others need more time. A lot of times, talent is hidden in things we never thought we could do. When I started teaching English, I had students like Abigail. Many of them didn't know how to speak English very well. They were nervous. They struggled with words and didn't feel confident at first. But after practice, something special began to happen. They could form their own sentences, even simple ones. They realized that learning a language might be hard, but possible. One more example here is a student I had named Harry. When Harry was younger, it was tough for him to learn English. He hated speaking because he thought others would laugh if he said something wrong. But Harry had a hidden talent. He was really good at remembering things. I noticed this after he started remembering not only words I taught, but also full sentences and stories. Harry didn't know this talent could help him with his English. So I told him, "Harry, use your memory for learning English. Repeat the words every day." Over time, Harry slowly became excellent at speaking and using new words in a natural way. Just like Harry and Abigail, everyone has hidden talent, even if you don't know it yet. For some, it's in speaking. For others, maybe it's in listening or reading. But the key is to try. You must try new things. Maybe reading out loud like Abigail will let you discover more about yourself. Or maybe, by practicing English every day, you will start to remember new words, just like Harry did. Many people feel nervous when they try to speak English. They worry that they will make mistakes. But here's something I always say to my students. Mistakes don't stop your growth. They show you a new way to learn. If you learn from each mistake, you will get better. People who are fluent in English today once made many mistakes. I make mistakes too, even after speaking English for years. It's normal. Think about this. When a baby is learning to walk, they fall down. They fall many, many times. But they don't stop trying, do they? Each time they fall down, they stand up again. And pretty soon, they start running. In the same way, you may find speaking difficult, but every time you practice, you get a little better. Remember that every small step brings you closer to speaking well. One day, one of my students, Clara, came to me and said, "I don't think I'm good at anything, especially English." I asked her, "What do you like to do?" She said, "I like to write stories, but I'm not sure if my stories in English are any good." So I asked her to show me one of her stories. Her story was about a young girl who finds a lost dog. I noticed that her sentences were simple, but they were creative and fun to read. I told Clara, "Your stories are special. If you keep writing every day, you will get better with your grammar and sentences. Don't stop writing." She smiled and was happy to hear that. Today, Clara writes her own blog in English. If she had stopped because of doubt, she would have never known her great talent. Sometimes you may feel blocked. You might think that you can't get better. This is normal. Everyone feels this way at some point. The important thing is to keep going. Even many famous people with great talent didn't know they were good at something when they were young. They only got better by trying and practicing over and over. Let me tell you about a saying I share with all my students. Practice makes progress, not perfection. This means you don't have to be perfect. Perfection is not the goal in learning English or in discovering your talent. Progress, getting better little by little, is the goal. Many people keep their hidden talents closed because they never try something new. They say things like, "I can't," or "That's too hard." But if you practice regularly, you will find that things become easier over time. You know, at the start, I also found making videos difficult. But by making more and more, I discovered a natural way to explain ideas. It's like that for everything. Practice helps your talent come out. Now take a moment. Think about something you like to do. Can it help you with learning English? Maybe drawing, singing, or speaking? Maybe you like watching movies or are good at remembering stories like Harry. Whatever you like, you can use it to grow your skills. I want you to take a small step today. Try reading one sentence out loud, or find a word you love and use it in different sentences. If you do this today and tomorrow and the next day, you will start to see how strong you can become in English. You might even find your hidden talent. Here's something I want to remind you. The journey of learning English isn't just about the language. It's about discovering yourself as well. Maybe you'll find your hidden talent during this process. I believe in you, and I hope you also start believing in yourself. Feel free to comment below on what you think your hidden talent is or how you plan to find it. Let's motivate each other to keep learning and growing. There's so much you can do, and English is just one step in that direction. Transform your life, unlocking the power of personality development. Learning English can indeed show you new sides of yourself, just like discovering hidden talents. But there's another thing that can powerfully change your life. It's called personality development. Many people think about changing their jobs, learning new skills, or improving relationships. But they forget how much personality, the way we behave or think, helps in all these changes. Let me tell you, personality development is a journey, and I've seen it with my students too. When you grow your personality, not just your English gets better, but who you are. What do I mean by personality? It's about your attitude, your confidence, and how you see the world. These things can change, and they help you get the most out of life. Your personality shapes how you approach challenges, how well you communicate, and even how others see you. I recall a student named Jack. When he first joined my class, he lacked confidence and tended to shy away from speaking in front of others, fearing he might make mistakes. He came across as reserved and introverted. However, personality is something that can be developed. I observed that Jack had a positive mindset and a readiness to learn, qualities that truly matter. Being open to growth can make all the difference. We talked about a plan for him and agreed that every week he would read one paragraph aloud to the entire class. His first few times were difficult, but after those first few tries, something began to shift. His confidence grew because he was practicing, and he realized that speaking in front of others wasn't as scary as he thought. Can you guess what happened next? Jack's grades improved, and even more importantly, he began smiling and interacting more with others in the class. His personality blossomed. This doesn't just happen in the classroom. Personality development positively affects every part of your life. For example, when you work on your communication skills, you will notice that your relationships with friends, teachers, and even at work improve. You become clear in what you say. People understand you better, and as you become a better speaker, more opportunities might come your way. When you develop your personality, you gain more confidence to try new things. Have you ever felt too shy to try something new? That's normal. Everyone feels nervous doing something for the first time. But personality development helps you manage that nervousness. It gives you the belief that even if you're not perfect, you should still try, because trying is how we get better. I had another student in my class named Mia. She didn't enjoy speaking English because she believed her tone of voice was boring. Rather than focusing on the negative, we worked together to improve her voice. Gradually, she learned to speak more slowly, clearly, and with confidence. It's incredible how developing your personality influences not only your thoughts, but also your whole presence, how you stand, how you speak, and even how you move. Mia grew confident, and with that, her personality became brighter in class. By the end of the term, she was one of the most expressive students. Again, it took her some time. But imagine if Mia never tried. She would have stayed in that place of fear and wouldn't have seen her own potential. The reason personality development is so helpful is that it has nothing to do with your talent alone. You don't have to be born with a good personality. Everyone can develop their personality. It's about learning more about yourself and then working to bring positive traits out. You see, when you develop your personality, it makes you more independent. You don't need people to tell you good job all the time. You begin to believe in yourself because you know you worked hard. One famous quote that connects with the idea of personality development is, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." This means your beliefs become your reality. If you think you're not good at English or not confident in speaking, then that might be true because your mind believes it. But if you believe you can do it, then your mind starts to help you improve. That's how strong your mind is in shaping who you are. Remember, every day is a chance to build your personality. You might be asking, how can I do this? It's simpler than you think, but it takes time. Start by pushing yourself just a little. Talk to someone new today in English, or write down one positive thing about yourself. This can be your advice: I am a good listener, or I can learn new words quickly. When you tell yourself these positive things each day, your personality becomes more open, and you start thinking in a new way. Some people worry about what others might say when they start changing or developing themselves. What if people laugh? What if they don't take me seriously? But remember, personality development is about growing yourself, not about pleasing others. You are doing this for yourself, to become a better version of you, and that's something you should be very proud of. There will always be difficult days, just like in learning a new language. Some days, you will feel super tired or unmotivated. But growing your personality and your skills means you work on them even when it's tough. This way, the next time you face a challenge, you will already have stronger tools to handle it. One of the most noticeable results of personality development is how people respond to you. When you start speaking more confidently, showing a positive attitude, and listening well, others will naturally want to help you. It's like a cycle. The more you develop, the more people want to be around you, and the more support you get back in return. In my experience as a teacher, I've seen that it's not always the smartest students who do the best. It's the ones who come to class with an energy to improve their personality and learning. If you bring that same attitude, a growth mindset, and have faith in your own ability to develop, I promise things will change for you. Sometimes you may not notice the changes. You might feel stuck, thinking you're not improving. I want you to remember about Jack when he started hesitating to speak in front of others, or about Mia who felt her voice wasn't good enough. They didn't change overnight, but they changed over time. That's how powerful personality development can be. I challenge you to think about one area in your own personality where you want to grow. Maybe it's listening to others better, or being more positive, or stepping out of your comfort zone to speak English with others. Identify that area and take small steps. If you keep at it, those small steps will turn into bigger changes over time. When things get tough, keep going. When you fall during the journey, stand up again like the baby learning to walk. If you like this message, feel free to comment below about the kind of personality trait that you want to develop. Maybe you want to grow your confidence, or perhaps you want to practice patience, or even try learning how to organize your thoughts while talking. Whatever it is, share so that we can support each other. Go ahead and find what helps you not only learn English, but grow as a person. It will make a huge difference in how you live your life. Remember, learning and personality development are both powerful tools. Use them. Be fit mentally and physically. Now, let's talk about another important side of life, not just learning for your personality, but also being fit both mentally and physically. You see, just like learning English or developing your personality, staying fit is something that requires regular practice and care. If you focus on keeping your mind and body healthy, life becomes smoother. You can think more clearly, have more energy, and face your challenges with more strength. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt very tired after sitting all day? Or maybe you struggled to focus on a lesson when your mind felt slow. It happens to all of us. Our bodies and minds need action. They need movement and exercise, just like muscles need training. It doesn't matter if you're a student, a worker, or anyone else. Being fit in both your body and your mind goes hand in hand. You don't need to do something very difficult to stay fit. For the body, even small things like going for a walk or stretching can make a big difference. For some of my students, I encourage them just to get up and move during breaks. Stand up, take a deep breath, and walk around. Did you know that even a 10-minute walk can help you focus better when you return to your task? It helps get the blood flowing and makes you feel more awake. I often ask my students, do you ever stretch after long hours of sitting? Most of them say they don't, but then they try it, and they feel so much better. What about mental fitness? Staying fit mentally means we take care of our emotional health, our thoughts, and our mood. Just as we strengthen our legs or arms by exercising, we strengthen our mind by giving it exercise too. How can you stay mentally fit? Well, managing stress is one way. I know life can be stressful sometimes. Maybe exams are coming up, or you have a deadline for work. And it's normal to feel anxious, but worrying too much is not healthy for your mind. Just like you exercise your body, you also can train your mind to be calmer. One strategy I recommend to my students is deep breathing. When you are stressed, slow down, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Do you feel that? You begin to relax, even a little. I remember one student, her name was Olivia, and she always felt super nervous before exams. She tried different ways to calm down, but wasn't able to focus. I suggested she spend 1 or 2 minutes breathing deeply before starting her revision. After using this method for some time, she felt less stressed during exams and could think more clearly. Sometimes, keeping the mind fit means learning to rest, too. Imagine someone who lifts weights all day without stopping. After a while, they would get so tired that they wouldn't lift anything properly. The same thing happens to the mind if we never rest it. So taking breaks and giving your mind a chance to recover is important. After studying hard or working for hours, your mind gets tired. Giving it some rest, by maybe listening to music, walking outside, or simply closing your eyes for a few minutes, can restore your mental strength. Maintaining this balance between mental and physical fitness can make every day a little brighter. Do you remember a time when you felt really tired from studying? Maybe your head hurt and you couldn't concentrate. In moments like this, getting a break and some fresh air can feel amazing. I recall a student in my class, Ethan, who used to stay up late to study and would feel exhausted the next day. He realized that no matter how much he studied, if he was too tired, he wouldn't learn much. So he started balancing his time with a little exercise and relaxation. Little by little, he saw that being rested and staying physically active helped him study better. Everyone has tough days when you feel down, and it's okay. But giving some time to your mental health every day helps, just like working towards a goal helps your body. For example, writing down things you're grateful for can help your mind stay positive. Or simply talking to a friend when you feel worried can reduce some of your mental stress. Let's not forget how these two things, mental and physical health, go together. When you exercise your body, your mind also feels better. Exercising releases something called endorphins, which are chemicals that make you feel happy. You don't have to run a marathon to feel this way. Even playing your favorite sport or dancing around your room is enough. I often tell my students to find an activity they enjoy. Whether it's football, swimming, or just walking your dog, anything that gets you moving can lift your mood and clear your thoughts. I remember a story about a student named Max. He was always nervous in class, and sometimes he found it hard to concentrate. I encouraged him to try moving a bit more, maybe doing some light exercise every day after school. At first, he wasn't sure if it would help, but after a few weeks, Max shared that he felt more energetic and focused during class. That little bit of movement changed how he performed in school, both mentally and physically. Building a healthy lifestyle doesn't mean you have to change everything at once. You can start small, like taking short breaks from your studies or walking for 10 minutes each day. Your mind will feel clearer, and your body will have more energy. Little changes over time can create big improvements. The same rule applies to developing your mind. When my students practice solving puzzles or try something new, like learning a different skill, their brains stay active and sharp. I challenge every one of my students to do something new each week, whether that's reading something different, practicing a new word in English, or learning to focus on one thing at a time. These little exercises can keep your brain sharp and ready for anything. The most important thing to keep in mind is that you don't have to be perfect all the time. Everyone has days when they don't feel like getting up, or they feel mentally tired. The key is to keep going. Take a small step forward every day, even if it's just a 5-minute walk or 2 minutes of deep breathing. Being fit, both mentally and physically, is a process, not a race. It takes time, just like how learning English takes time. Think about it this way. If you work on both your body and your mind, you're setting yourself up to handle anything that comes your way, whether it's a big exam, a new challenge at work, or even just a busy day. Mental and physical fitness can also affect how you see yourself. When you feel good in your body and your mind, you naturally feel more confident. You stand a little taller and believe that you can handle whatever's ahead. It's just like learning a new skill. In the beginning, you may struggle, but as you practice and take care of both your body and your mind, things become easier. So today, why not commit to taking one small step toward being healthier? Maybe you could start by doing just 5 minutes of light stretching after studying, or by taking a break to clear your mind. Or you can try to write down one thing you're proud of, something positive that makes you feel good. These little actions may seem small, but over time they make a big difference. Just like learning English day by day, bit by bit, you are getting better. Feel free to share in the comments what steps you're planning to take to become fitter, either mentally or physically. If you need some ideas, we can all help each other on this journey. There's no rush, just taking steady steps will eventually lead you to success. Stay focused on your growth, whether it's for your mind or your body. Keeping fit will play a big role in your success, in your studies, career, and life. You're stronger than you think. Always remember that learning and growing is about balance, caring for both your mental health and physical health along the way. Keep at it, and you will see meaningful results in your life.